Welcome guys, thanks so much for buying your copy of What the Foot and making it this far into your journey of movement. These are the What the Foot video links that are promised throughout the book. I hope you enjoy and continue your learning from here. Okay, so we're going to have a look at how this knee and toe don't have the relationship that we generally think that it does in our strength and conditioning world, in our therapy world. And I'm going to do that just by drawing around Chris's foot. And the idea is that I'm going to draw up some lines so that we can get an idea of what Chris's second toe represents. This is I'm finding here the top of the second metatarsal bone and the bottom of the second metatarsal bone, which if I just draw a straight line, we can get a little axis as to the angle that his second metatarsal bone is facing. And those of us in the therapy world and training world would recognise that the foot's central line or neutral point runs down this bone. Now, just in stance here, Chris with a slightly pronated foot, if I line the knee up, just in stance, we can see that it runs just a little bit inside. So already, just in his resting stance, he is not stood in a knee over toe position. If I get him to take his left leg back so he represents that front leg of walking, front leg of gait, and just line a knee pen up over his kneecap and just ask him to flex the knee and ankle, you can see that something rather intriguing happens. His knee does not hang around in that comfort zone of second toe. It automatically goes inside. Now there's a big reason for that, which you're going to find out in the next chapter. But he's actually taking his knee inside in order to load muscles, lengthen muscles, to decelerate and protect the structure that he's entering into. If you hold that there, Chris, just take a rough line down, and we can see again, just here, the amount of movement that his knee is now experiencing with every step he takes. Now, if he's running or moving faster, this movement could even get bigger than this. So let's have a look at what happens just and the effort that is required for him to keep his knee over the second toe. All of a sudden, to keep his knee over his second toe, he loses that pronation. And as you're going to find out again in the coming chapters, this pronation is a very important part of helping him move forwards. And the effort it actually takes you to get there is quite a lot. It's much easier, isn't it, to just let the knee go inside. This is the second metatarsal, what we might call neutral. And this is the position of his knee, which should also replicate his subtalar joint axis, which is not always the case, but gives us a good idea. In the strength and conditioning world, we're really focused on keeping the knee over second toe. And what you can see here is, you probably notice that there's very limited movement in the foot. So if we get him correctly moving knee over second toe, you should see no movement in the bones of the foot, but there are 26 bones in the foot and 33 joints, all of which are designed to promote human movement throughout the whole system. Check out the difference between strength and conditioning and normal gait processes. If I get Chris to just relax and let his knee go inside, this is an exaggerated movement, but you get the idea that he didn't break just by taking his knee inside. It's a really, really important factor that we get good at this, we can promote this. Here, just looking at some of the structures involved, taking the knee inside, take the knee inside, we might be fearful of this movement to protect his ACL, but actually we're promoting the ability for the ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, to protect the knee in this position. We're also in a position here to give life to muscles like vastus medialis, biceps femoris. Even the calf muscles are going to be promoted in a much better way to decelerate and control the movement that the foot is going through. We lose all of that. Everything I just said, we lose as soon as we go knee over second toe. The reason we want to promote knee over second toe is because if we're deadlifting or squatting heavy weights, yeah, sure, we don't want to go take the knee too far inside. But at the same time, by promoting this movement in our squatters and deadlifters, we can see quick and big gains in the amount of muscle they use and then the amount of weight that they can lift. So one thing I would say is this second metatarsal angle where the strength world wants us to hold our knee, and the therapy world has become accustomed to this idea that our knee should stay in line with the second toe, is based on the fact that when lifting and given mechanical advantages, we want to have a rigid foot with a safe knee position in our lifting. Sadly, human movement isn't the same. In human movement, we don't want to maintain a rigid foot. We need a foot that is what's known as a mobile adapter, so it softens. And as it softens and it pronates, we want the knee to be able to come inside. And there's a mechanism, a really important mechanism that's happening there to create efficient movement. So the strength world, you just squat in 100 kilos plus, get that knee over second toe, be safe. If you want to promote your ability to have a healthy knees, ankles, hips, we need to be promoting efficient movement by getting the mechanics of the body to do exactly what they're designed to do, and that is to pronate, allow the knee to come inside, and for the hip to do its thing at the same time.